I want you to give me your husband. That line sliced the restaurant open like a scalpel. Tables stilled, forks hovered. Even the chandeliers seemed to buzz with anticipation. My husband sat to my right, pretending his hand wasn't shaking beneath the tablecloth. I watched the woman across from me, her lipstick too bold, her confidence rehearsed, her audacity predictable. Everyone waited for my answer, even him, especially him. I took a slow breath and got ready to speak, but before I opened my mouth, I felt the weight of everything that brought us here pressing against my ribs. And so, I'll start where this story truly began. I met him 7 years ago in a bookstore cafe, the kind where people pretended to read and actually watched each other's reflections in the glass. He was warm then, patient, kind-eyed, a man who remembered small things and made them feel large. Back then, I thought love was safety. And then she entered our lives. She came in like a harmless breeze, my friend's cousin's coworker, someone who smiled too long and listened too closely. I ignored it. I trusted him. I trusted myself. But time is a cruel magnifying glass. He started changing in increments, not enough to accuse him, just enough to bruise intuition. A new cologne he didn't wear for me, a sudden obsession with late meetings, a silence in his phone, too clean, too edited. People think betrayal arrives loudly. Mine came quietly, on tiptoes. One night, he came home smelling faintly of rose perfume, the same perfume she wore at the office party. He lied. Not well, not even thoughtfully. But I didn't confront him. I cataloged everything, like evidence in a case I already knew the outcome of. The truth arrived in the form of a message he forgot to delete. A simple line she sent him at midnight. Next time, don't say her name. He didn't realize I was the one holding his phone when it lit up. He didn't realize that the silence which followed wasn't shock, it was strategy. Because love ends with chaos, but betrayal ends with clarity. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, I didn't ask why. I simply smiled, a smile he mistook for forgiveness. He had no idea what had just begun. Revenge isn't anger. Revenge is precision. So I started planning. I made copies of bank statements, legal documents, property files. I learned the laws better than our lawyer. While he was sneaking out to meet her, I was quietly removing him from every corner of my future. And the best part? I never confronted him. Not once. A guilty man sabotages himself far better than any enemy could. 2 weeks ago, she texted me. Brazen, arrogant, stupid. You should let him go. He deserves someone who understands him. She wanted validation. She wanted superiority. I gave her an invitation instead, to this very restaurant, to this very table. I told her I wanted to talk like women. She didn't know she was walking into the finale of a show she didn't realize I directed. And now, here we were. Her hands folded neatly, my husband pretending the world wasn't collapsing behind his eyes. I want you to give me your husband, she repeated, louder this time, collecting an audience of gasping strangers. I finally looked at him, not with heartbreak, with farewell. Then I said the line no one expected. Take him. The restaurant inhaled sharply. But, I added, just know, what you're taking doesn't belong to me anymore. Confusion flashed in both their eyes. I placed a folder on the table, his name printed across the top. Inside were the signed divorce papers, financial transfers, proof of his affair, proof of his embezzlement, money he thought I didn't know he'd taken from our joint account. And most importantly, the restraining order that would go active in less than an hour. He paled. She blinked rapidly, realizing she wasn't winning a man, she was inheriting a disaster. You planned this?" he stuttered. I tilted my head. I planned freedom. He opened the folder, flipping through pages like they were burning him. Every line was undeniable. Every signature was his. "You set me up," he whispered. "No," I said softly. "You set yourself up. I simply let gravity do its job." She pushed her chair back, suddenly less confident, less bright, less everything she claimed to be. "I didn't sign up for this," she muttered. But I only smiled. "You wanted him. Now he's yours, with all the consequences." I stood from the table, my chair gliding back with a calm elegance. He called my name, voice cracking, reaching out like a man who finally realized what he lost. I didn't look back. Walking away isn't weakness, it's the final act of power. And as the restaurant doors closed behind me, I realized something. I never lost him. He lost me. He just found out who took his place. Me. The woman I became the moment I chose myself.